We'll see if Pitbull can bring it back, or if Dewalt's gonna reverse this series, go 2-0 in the final 2 games. Eclipse is going to be our map. I think Eclipse might actually be my favorite ladder map right now. When I initially looked at this, I was kind of skeptical, because 2-player maps are always a bit different, especially with faraway bases for Protoss, but Protoss players have done pretty well on this map. Snow has done really well on this map. As a Terran player, you can split the map very easily. There's a lot of high ground that you can use to your advantage. You can't just, A move across the map aimlessly. There are alternative paths you can take too. There's alternative paths this way. And if you do try and split vertically, if it comes down to this base really, because this is the one base that you will end up fighting for. If whoever gets this will have an advantage. It's going to be 5 base versus 5 base, except for whoever gets this. So it's an interesting map where there is an uneven amount of bases. Now Dewalt, last game we did have Gateway expand. The game before that we had 11 Nexus. We'll see what he wants to go for. I imagine this, even though he's returning to mine minerals, I think this is going to be a gateway build. I don't think this will be 11 Nexus, but if it was, I don't think it would be a bad choice. He knows for a fact that Zerg can only be at top right, of course. So it's a diagonal position. It's going to take them a little bit longer to get across the map. So we may actually see a similar opener to what we saw on Sylphid, but instead instantly sending down that probe. It is going to be a 10 gate. Oh, it's going to be a 10 forge. So he must think that Pitbull is going to get a little bit aggressive, and we see that Pitbull is actually not deviating at all. It is just going to be another overpull from him. Now Pitbull may end up going for 973 again, and if we do see that, I actually think he's going to hard commit to Hydras this time. I don't think he's going to let Dewalt have any type of breathing room to get his econ up. One thing that Pitbull didn't see was he never got to actually see the gas mining at the NAT if Dewalt was mining it, and the probe got off the first shot. So Pitbull needs to run, but he's not, and that's a dead drone. So that is a nice kill for Dewalt, but he might actually lose his probe in return. So both players taking a big loss there. I think it actually hurts Pitbull a little more, because he's not going to have as many workers, obviously, and he has to balance between workers and lings. But Dewalt is not going to have any scouting intel, but at least he did confirm that this was basically an overpool, because there was no pool, or there was no hatch at the NAT. I think it's unlikely that they're going to opt for a 9 pool and have their drone there like that. So I think even though the probe didn't get much intel, he's gonna be able to read this pretty easily. Now this time it is 6 lings, and he is going around the map unscouted, and 6 lings can kill 1 cannon. But this is going to be ling tight, but he may try and just actually pop these two probes, and that looks like exactly what he's going to try and do. They're not on hold position because he doesn't have anything to hold position on. He gets one of the probes. Oh, the probe control is absolutely sick. He almost gets 5 of the 6 lings, but 2 lings are now into the base of Dewalt. Luckily for Dewalt, Pitbull had not been mining gas the entire time, so it's not like speed is going to be kicking in anytime soon, but this is very, very devastating to the Protoss econ. Ooh, almost catches a ling. Now this time Pitbull ended up getting about a 305 gas, so a little bit different than our previous game. He's going to be able to power a little bit more than what we've been seeing. Ooh, can't lose that probe. 2 of the lings are very low, 15 health on each one of them. Zealot comes out, so he should be able to deal with it pretty easily. Probe's gonna fall. That's, oh man, he can't lose that one. It's in 1 hit. He's trying to save it, but ooh, really nicely done by Pitbull to pick off 3 probes, I think, in total with these 6 lings. Ends up falling, but the damage is done. Probe gets into the main of Pitbull, so he does see that it is a lair. But overall, really nice from Pitbull. Definitely makes up for the fact that he lost his initial drone at the natural. Lair is spotted from Dewalt, so he's going to be feeling pretty good that this is going to be Spire play. But we already saw that even though Pitbull went for Spire in the first game, he still built so many Hydras. And unfortunately, Probe glitching right there and just gets taken out for free. Now, Zealots did move out, one going to the third base, one going to the natural. Dewalt's going into more of a gas-intensive play this time. He's got his Assimilator coming up, Stargate coming in, Citadel going to be starting pretty soon, rushing +1 weapon on air. So this is going to be a hard play on the Sares. Now all the Lings are out. No. There are 4 more sitting at the natural. He knows that a second Zealot is out on the map. Zealot trying to get into position behind the mineral line to be as effective as possible. Meanwhile, Zealot just waltzing through the net. Don't mind me, I'll just come straight into the main. Missed the Spire though. And now I think he should be getting taken out by these Zerglings quite easily. Ooh, tries to get a drone but not able to. Meanwhile, Zealot gets wiped out at the third base. So everything going perfectly fine for Pitbull. +1 weapon has started for Dewalt. Didn't see the exact timing, but I imagine probably lining up for that 7:30 timing. Citadel at about 6 minutes. Everything here is screaming 7:30 to 8-minute timing to me. Don't think we're going to see DT. 4th hatch coming in for Pitbull. 5th hatch coming in for Pitbull. Now, I like how he's just sending some Lings all over the map just to find, or just to see if there are any hidden Zealots anywhere, because he does not want to have Lings across the map when a Zealot waltz into his third base and just get some free drone kills. Gate at the nat, very sneaky gateway position. Overlord's not going to spot it. There's no Overlord in sight, actually. Pitbull did a good job to return them. One Sare is going to find 1 kill, but overall, not going to be nearly as painful as the game we just saw. Cannon coming in for Dewalt. He does not want to die to mutas. We know that it's not mutas, but it still could be 5 mutas, which is the number to one-shot probes. Sare gets a glimpse into the natural. Sees nothing unusual. Scourge interception. Got him. So that is a dead Sare, and we know that Dewalt really wants to focus on the Sare count since he rushed +1 weapon so early. So that's actually a big catch for him. And even though Dewalt's mining a lot of gas, there is no Templar Archive anywhere. So I'm not sure exactly where he's planning to spend this gas. There's the Templar Archive. Looks like his build was affected a little bit by those 3 probes that fell down. So he's just, mining a little bit more before he contemplates putting down additional buildings, putting down additional gateways. 4 Zealots out for Dewalt so far. Probably going to be moving out with this next Zealot. Oh, there is the 6th Zealot, and he instantly moves out. Now, +1 has got to be coming pretty soon. Sare count is only at 3, so it's not an overwhelming amount right now. Not something that's going to be super scary. If it was like 7 to 9, ooh, Ling counterattack might actually get in. But remember, there is a cannon in the main for Dewalt. Oh wow, the Lings actually get 3 probe kills, and now they're just gonna hug the bottom side of the natural. Another probe's gonna fall. Oh, this is devastating. Another probe. He's gonna get like 6 probes here. Meanwhile, Zealot counterattack, but there's so many Hydras he can't get through here, so he's gonna have to back off. Corsairs are gonna try and supply block Pitbull Terrier, but even if he does, I don't think there's just enough firepower for Dewalt. Last game he had 6 gates following up an attack like this. Meanwhile, it's just 2 this time, so really not gonna work out for Dewalt. Instead, he's just gonna have to turn around, try and play a more passive style. And now we're into the phase of the game where Pitbull is ridiculously strong. He's got 5 hatches. He's got Evolution Chamber himself, upgrading +1 weapon. He's going to be going up against a Protoss player that skipped Storm for a long time. The Templars don't even have energy from 1 Storm. I don't even think the upgrade is probably done yet. So these Hydras may just be able to plow through. That's going to be a dead cannon in the front. Yeah, he's going to have to probe pull to try and hold. This is just so many Hydras. 2 dead cannons, 3 dead cannons, and I think this is just too much damage Dewalt cannot hold on. You can see that he's trying to counterattack with Stairs to try and blunt the potential production from Zerg, but they've already sent their overlords across the position, across the map, to be supported by these Hydras. So more than likely, this is just going to be Dewalt falling here. Still no storms. The upgrade's not done despite having the energy. GG. So Pitbull Terrier going to take our series 2-1. A little bit too strong on the macro. Zealots did no damage. The Lings did way too much damage. And Pitbull just ends up running Dewalt over. I thought the Sylphid game was quite close. Second game, Dewalt victory, but the third game, just a little bit too much Pitbull that time. So that's going to be the end of our best of 3 between Dewalt and Pitbull Terrier. And let's see if we're going to have more games, but I don't think we are. I seem to be getting debated all day today whenever I end the cast, so yep, so I think that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching. These games will be posted on YouTube, and there are obviously a bunch of other games on StarCastTV. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.